Moving on to my game of the week here, we have the New Orleans Saints versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers are somehow 13.5 point favorites in this. Quite a big spread right there, but the Bucs, it's essentially if you win and you're in, you there's nothing more you want to see right now than Baker throwing the ball like he is right now, spreading it to everywhere. Bucky the Buck out there doing his thing as well. Mike Evans is 85 yards away from his, I believe it's his contract deal where he gets more money from that, or
Yep.
it's
$3
85
million
yards to a
dollars
thousand
is
yards.
on the line.
Big things in this game for him. Saints, they have nothing to go for. They just look embarrassing at being themselves right now. They're trying to get a little bit of hope for the future, but it's Spencer Rattler. There's no hope. He should not be an NFL quarterback.
Yep.
It's bad for him, but it since it is a division rivalry here, anything can happen. The Saints usually try to get one from the Bucs every year. What better time than to try to push them out of the playoffs right now? It's not the best, but it's going to be an actual game that means something this week. So
Saints started off so
So
good
what
this
did the
season.
Falcons make it if the Bucks lose?
If the
and
Bucks
they win.
lose, the Atlanta Falcons are in if they win.
Oh,
So it does mean something. And there's only one team coming out of the NFC South this year, no question about it. The Saints started off this season really hot, and then they just got injury after injury after injury to their wide receiver core. And you get Alvin Kamara; he's been out for a few weeks now. He's not going to be back. Derek Carr's out, then he's back in,
I
still
think
not
you
playing well.
we need to kind of analyze Derek Carr's tape because there were plenty of comments about him being the reason that the receiver core got so injured. He knows how to. I believe Ty Bob said something like that. Like he sure knows how to throw a hospital ball. So
Yeah. Yeah, he's I mean, he did that in Vegas and in Oakland as well. Like he just knows how to throw a ball that's going to get his receiver thrown into the grave. And the same thing happens with Alvin Kamara as his usage is really high. But then they also trade away, or Marshawn Lattimore gets injured. Then you also trade him away. Your defense is already bad. Your defensive line is pretty horrific. You've got no offensive line protection for anybody who's going to stand back there, and that's why I won't agree with you, Sean, that Spencer Rattler shouldn't be in the NFL. I don't know if he's that good of a quarterback. I definitely watched him at Oklahoma. He wasn't that good. I watched him at South Carolina. He wasn't that good.
You watched him in New
But
Orleans. He wasn't that good.
I, but he is not really helped out very much
I
in New
haven't watched him.
Orleans with the players that he has around him. So
I've
Let me
seen
just go
him
ahead
at
and
uh,
say his,
34.
his college game translates to the NFL very well. He wasn't
that
that
I
good.
mean that's
He
true.
wasn't that
That's
good.
It's true. I'd like to see him maybe with a little bit more help just to really solidify the point, but you're not wrong. He has
Well,
not played well.
quarterbacks that weren't that good in college aren't supposed to start right away. Like this isn't your top whatever pick here that was in the running for the Heisman and had a great few seasons in college. Like this guy needs development, and having to start um, already behind the eight ball like that, I feel for the guy, but I haven't watched him at all to know if there's any like redeemable qualities. So like, do you? Sean thinks there's
No.
nothing.
I mean, look, it's his rookie season. Has he played well? No, he's actually played really bad. They put him they they
No.
they brought in the third string or fourth string quarterback to take over his position until he played even worse. Um I would, but the thing is like, is it redeemable? Yeah, he's 100% redeemable. Look at Sam Darnold. Look at what he's doing. Mac Jones is a player who is not redeemable in the NFL.
Is
He is bad, but
Remind me, were they first round picks though?
they were not. They're
They
Sam
they
Darnold
were.
was. Yes, Sam Darnold was.
So was
Yes.
so was Mac
So is
Jones.
Mac Jones. Yeah, but
Spencer Rattler is not.
We've seen enough out of Mac Jones in his career to know that he is not. We've not hardly seen all but what, five total games from Spencer Rattler with no
Was
wide
he
receiver.
he was in college for what, 4 or 5 years, right?
Uh, three, maybe four.
So he wasn't that good in college, right? We've
He was
seen that
not.
in college.
I've seen it. I again, is it? Am I
In
saying it's
two different
possible?
systems. In
Hang
two
on.
different
You're you're
systems.
you're you're saying it's not even possible. I'm saying that it's not happening, but it
No,
is possible in the
no.
future.
It's out of the realm of possibilities. Completely out.
Spencer Rattler will always be a bad quarterback.
You heard it here first.
Always.
All right.
The
Go
Bucs
Baker.
win, and they're in. Baker Mayfield. Um, we talked a little bit about MVP. Obviously, doesn't have the numbers to be an MVP, but also if you take Baker out of this team, especially given the injuries that they've had over the season, this Bucs team is not making the playoffs. They're not getting 9 or 10 wins. Baker Mayfield, like
We haven't
this
seen
team is.
enough of Kyle Trask yet, bro.
You don't know that.
You take Baker Mayfield out of this team, and they maybe win 2 games all year. They're definitely up for the number one pick overall, without a doubt. Baker Mayfield may not win the accolade of MVP. This is not going to win the accolade of MVP. He may never win an accolade of MVP in his entire career, but he definitely should be in the conversations.
Yeah.
That just doesn't sound right.
Definitely should be. It doesn't sound like you're even.
I mean, he is in the
about what you're
conversation. We're
saying.
having the conversation right now, aren't we?
He's in our
having the
conversation. He's not in the national media conversation. Stats wise, I mean, guys, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league. As of right now, he has the third most passing yards. He is tied for second in passing touchdowns. He's only got 15 interceptions, which is tied for 98th, and he has a top 16 QBR.
And he's also fighting for a playoff spot in the NFC South,
It can't help a
right?
bad defense. Didn't know quarterbacks played middle linebacker. My bad.
Baker, baby.
No.
Baker. MVP conversation.
MVP
Only
Baker.
here. Only here.
MVB, most valuable Baker.
What did he bake?
That
Touchdowns.
would be
Look at Ty Bob. He bakes touchdowns, dog.
top third.